Welcome you to this amazing class, and this is the beginning of our learning process. This will enable you become a 2D cartoon content creator. In that sense, by the time this training is done, you'll be able to create content, not just any content, but 2D cartoon animation content, and you could place it on virtually any platform you can place it for your content to be monetized. And the essence of this training is to ensure that you have the skill to create motion content. Currently, creating motion content is a very important skill, and there are countless opportunities that you could actually get and ensure your content are monetized. So being able to create 2D animation content is a plus for you as a content creator than just creating still content or creating normal video content. With 2D animation, you are free, you have the liberty to create whatever you want to create at any point in time. So getting started, the first thing we need to do is, for every animation, there is always a script. You must have a script that directs you on what to do and how to go about what you are going to do. So it's more like a direction. And every animation content must have a place, must have characters, must have a setting where that whole event is happening. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get our script ready, and that will be using the jotter pad. I'm going to tap on the jotter pad, and as you can see, the jotter pad opens up. You have the interface of the jotter pad, and down below the jotter pad you have your big plus green plus button. For us to start up our animation, we need to first get the script ready. By getting the script ready, we need to open that, tap on the plus button, and create a new fountain document. That's the third item from top to bottom. The third item, new fountain document. You tap on it. Then once you've tapped on that new fountain document, it's going to load up. Once it's loaded up, the first thing you need to do is, you see we have some icons at the bottom before our keypad. So we have action, we have the plus, we have the bold, all those are. But what we need to tap on is the plus button. Tap on the plus button, and on the plus button, you could see once you tap on the plus button, you have a button that comes out, and that button has the menu that comes out, and the menu has scene heading, character transition, header, and synopsis. For now, what we're focusing on more is on the scene heading and the character. That is what we're focusing on more. The scene heading, character transition, will come to that later. But for now, we need to get our scene ready. Where will the animation be taking place? Where will this stuff happen? You get it? So that is what we need to get first. Where will this stuff be taking place? So I'm going to tap on the scene heading, and right in the scene heading, the first thing you see there, you have the INT, which stands for internal. You have the name and you have the time of day. The first thing we're going to do here is this. We tap on that INT, and you see INT has internal, external. For now, I'm recording this this class in the room, so it's internal. So definitely wherever you are practicing or watching this, you have to use that as your is it an internal venue? Are you outside an apartment, or you're inside the apartment? So for me, for the fact that I'm using an internal venue, I'm going to say internal. Okay. Location, I'm using a room, so I'm going to put room. Then the time of the day, I'm recording this thing on a day. It's like morning time. As you can see, it's 1:47, so definitely it's day. So I'm going to tap on day, and I'm going to tap on OK. Now that has given us the location where we are, internal location. The exact location is in the room. Then the time of day is in a day, day. So that is it. The next thing you want to do now is tap on the plus button again. Now you see on underneath you have your plus. Tap on the plus button again. Now we're looking at for a character. You tap on the character. What is the name of your character? Who will this personality be? A male, a female, a boy, a girl? It could be an animal, but for now we're focusing on humans because that is where we start from. So, who is this character? Who's the person? Who do you want to portray? Since I'm more like the tutor, I think I'm going to use me as my character, and I'm going to name me tutor. Okay, then I'm going to say okay. Now, once I've done tutor, you realize that tutor is already captured. Now, I'm going to tap on the front of tutor and I'm going to hit my enter button. The moment I hit the enter button, you see dialogue is out now. Now, the idea is asking you, what is this tutor going to say in the script? So we're going to have a very, very short, it's going to be a very short script because it's more like the beginning of the whole thing. So it's going to be a short script. So the question is, what will the tutor say in this event? And so I'm going to say something. I'm going to say, I am teaching 2D animation. That is what I want to say. Then I'm going to put an exclamation mark. I am teaching 2D animation. So like that. Now that is done. And once that is done, we need to save our script. That's all we need for now. Later on, we'll look at the whole script writing as a whole package because that's a particular training for this particular course. There's a lesson for script writing and character dialogue creation. There is a lesson for that, but for now we're starting off, so we want to give you an idea of how you start off. You get it? That is the idea of this. Let's rename this top to script. Just script. I'm going to use script, but in the proper naming convention, I think it's smarter for you to name your script that's in a way that when you see the script, you know what that script is about. If you just name it script, there's going to be a problem because you can't tell the content of the script. So I'm going to do getting started. So now it makes sense. Getting, no, not greeting. It's getting started script. Getting started script. Getting started. Or just getting started, yeah. Getting started. I think that is basically what we're doing. So getting started, that's what we're doing. So you just tap OK. Now that script is saved. The next thing we will do is tap on this good button, good icon that is green on top of this, on top of your screen. Tap on it. Now our getting started fountain stuff is saved. So we're good to go. We're done with this now. So we have the location for our animation, we have the place for the animation, we have the day, we have the character, and we have what the character has said. This is the very first thing you need to do. Now the next thing we want to do, we're going to capture, because in this tutorial we want to ensure that the first person you create is you. You're the first person that you create. So now we want to capture ourselves. I'm going to capture me, capture you from wherever you are, capture you and ensure that you're captured. So how do you do that? We go to the home screen, wherever you, because I know you would have saved your apps by now. Because before you start your the class, it would have sent you the apps you need to use for this purpose. So the app we're going to use for this purpose is the Tune app. I'm going to tap on the Tune app. Now it's going to load up. Oh, sorry, before I tap on the Tune app, let me capture myself first. The first thing I'm going to do is, before the Tune app comes on, we need to capture your face. I'm going to flip the camera facing me, and as you can see, the camera is facing me. Tap on the camera facing you, tap on the camera, and once you tap on the camera, we are going to be seeing this. So now I want to take a picture of me looking at the camera straight up. The head shouldn't be like this or downward. Just ensure your head is straight like this. Okay, then you get your image looking at in the camera. I'm going to capture me. So I've captured me now, and let me see how I look. Okay, 1, 2. I've been captured, yeah. So I think I like the way I'm looking. So now let's go back. We're gonna go back now. Let's go back. So once that is done, we will come to this point where we want to use our Tune Me app now. So we tap on the Tune app, then it's loading. It's going to load, and once it's loaded, the area we are focusing now on is the point where we have the 2D cartoon animation, where we have the 2D cartoon. You get it? We have 2D cartoon over there, and we have the 2D cartoon. We have the 2D cartoon, we have the 3D cartoon, but our focus is more on the 2D cartoon area. So you tap on the 2D cartoon area, tap on the area. It's going to populate lots of images, but you just tap on the image you want to use, which is this one. Then you say create cartoon. Then it's going to load, it will be loading, getting your cartoon created. Getting your cartoon created. Now, as you can see, your cartoon it has created already a wonderful me there. So what you do now is just tap on the good button. It's going to save this to your gallery. It's going to save this image to your gallery. It's going to save it to your gallery. Once it is saved to your gallery, the next thing you do is this. It doesn't save to your gallery. The next thing you do, you go to your close this, to get this closed. Then once it's set to the gallery, now we'll now go to the to use. We're going to use in that app now. You see that background as what we just created as a background. We want to take off the background. We're using the PicArt software, the PicArt app, not a software, dude. It's an app. So we're using the PicArt app. That's what we're using to remove the background. That's what we're using to remove the background. So we'll tap on the PicArt, then we'll tap on this plus icon. Tap on the plus icon. You can see that we already have that image we just created over there. So you tap on it, tap on the image, and you tap on the image. Now, once you tap on the image, it comes out here. Before we get the image background removed, it's always advisable for you to crop it very well. So when you crop it, you realize that you take off the unnecessary backgrounds, the necessary parts of the face that you don't need. Now, all we need is just ensure that you don't crop your jawline, so you could get your jaw very well. So once this is done, you tap on the good button. Now, the next thing you do is remove BG. You remove the background. BG means remove background. Tap on remove BG. It will process and remove the background from that image. It's processing. We have to wait for it. Waiting. Okay, now that background has been removed. So once it's done, you tap on the good button, that good button on top of there. Tap on it. Then now you can now download it. Tap on that arrow that faces down, that download arrow. You tap on it. Now you ensure you save your image as a PNG file. The reason why we recommend the PNG is because the PNG ensures that the background you've already removed remains the same. If you go and save as JPEG, it will fill up the background again. But PNG means background that is transparent to be transparent anyway, anytime you load the image. So it's very important you save your background, you save your image as a PNG. So tap on the PNG, then tap on save. Yes, so we've done a task. So what did we do now? We've done this task. Let me go back and just tell us what we did, the apps we've used so far to get to this stage. This stage is the stage that takes us to the next level of working on our image. Okay, so let's go out of here. back to our background. So first, we used our jotter pad to get our script out. We used our camera to capture our face. Then we used our Toon app to change the image we got to a cartoon. Then we now used our kickstart app to crop the image and remove the background. Now we want to take our image to the next app that we'll use in breaking this face we just got, the cartoon face, into different parts that we could use for animation. So that is what we're doing. So for us to be able to do that, we're going to tap on our Alight Motion app. This app is what is going to help us get us running with the cartoon creation. This app is what is going to help us do that. So with this app, we'll be able to get our cartoon created. It's loading, but before it loads, let's tap on the green plus button because it's trying to load. Let's tap on the green plus button. Now we are here. We are in this interface. You see, we have I'll take from the top to the down. You have the projects, the elements. You have the new projects. You have different aspect ratio, or we call them dimensions, when it comes to video viewing. Now, the first thing you need to know is the 16:9 is landscape, and that is majorly for YouTube videos that are always landscape and the rest of them. Now, the 9:16, those are portrait. Now, this one includes the YouTube Shorts, includes all the applications, softwares, all the apps that uses phone scale. What I mean phone scale, or using phone based interface. For instance, you have your TikTok. TikTok is always on portrait. Facebook always on portrait. You get it. So these 9:16 ratio is the one that are always maybe that's standing phone portrait pattern. Then we have the 4:5. These are square. This one can be used for your stories, Instagram stories, and all the rest of them. The 1:1, those are square for things like WhatsApp status and all the rest of them. Then the 4:3, this one is a bit longer. That one is also used for landscape-oriented content. But now, for video content, majorly you could use all the sizes. For instance, if you want to do a Facebook ad and you want to do the different sizes for Facebook ad, that 1:1 can go, the 19:16 can go, the 4:5 can go, the 1:1 can go, the 4:3 can also go. It all boils down to where you are creating the content for. That is so it's like product by design. So if I want to do a video for YouTube, definitely I'm going to use the 19:16 because that's oriented. If I want to do a YouTube short, I'm going to use the 9:16. Sorry, the other one is 16:9, 9:16. If I want to do a video for stories, 9:16 too can go. You get it? So it all boils down to what you were doing. Now, the next thing you need to understand is the resolution. Please always ensure your videos or your creations are always on full HD, which is the 1080. Ensure they're always on full HD, because if they're not on full HD, by the time platforms start compressing what they've done, they start compressing what you've created, the quality will be very, very poor. So it's always smarter for you to do your videos on the full HD. And like you see now, we have 1080p Full HD, 720p HD, 540p SD, that's standard definition. Then we have these other smaller ones. For now, please always ensure everything you're creating is on the Full HD. Then we have frame per second. The frame per second is always 30 frames per second, as in frame just is more like how many videos. Okay, let me just explain. Videos are on frames. For instance, if you want to move your hand from one place to another, each point you move your hand is a frame. So how many frames make up that complete movement? So now 30 frames per second is good, but some people, I think 30 frames per second is the highest here. In some other softwares, You could see 60 frames per second, but 30 frames per second is the standard. Then sometimes some people use 24 frames per second. You get it? But this is the standard, as you can see, 30 frames per second. That's the standard. The next thing we need to ensure is, I've been using this app for a while. That's why you could see that my background is on transparent. But for the first time you're going to use the app, the background will always be on light gray. So light gray. And now ensure that your background is always on a transparent point, because with that transparent point you'll be able to change the background the way you want to. But if it's in the gray, changing the background will be a challenge for you. So always ensure it's on the transparent, selected transparent. Now we're going to change the name of our project. We're going to change this project name to change the name of the project to my face, because that's what we want to create. Okay, my face. Then we want to get a square for this face creation, because I'm going to tap on that. The reason why I'm saying this, because it's just the face for now. We want to just get our face out, and we don't need too much space around. So that 4x5 can actually get the face captured perfectly, and we don't have too many space around. Now you'll be asking, why the face? The face is the beginning point for every character creation. Once you get your face, anybody, you could just add a body to it, but the face is what identifies the character. The face is what represents the character. You get it? So this is why we're using my face. So I'm going to tap on create projects. Now we are inside our project creation interface. We've created our project. The project name is my face. Then on top of there, you could see this setting icon, this round setting icon. Is round, and it's a round setting icon. You could see there. Okay, if I tap on that round setting icon, if I tap on it, you see it took us back to that project setting we just created. So for instance, at this point in time, if you want to change anything, you could actually change it from this point. That will be okay. If you want to change anything, you can change it from this point. If you want to change your project setting, if you change it from this point, that will be okay. But we're not changing anything. We just want to start. We don't want to go. I'm just showing you what that thing means. Now, next to that icon, you see this icon that is like a rectangle with an arrow pointing out. That is for our export. Maybe you're done with everything you're creating and you want to export this video. That is what you use for your exporting. You get it? That is what you use. Now, as you can see here, we have different patterns. We have the video exporting pattern. We have the video exporting. Now you could see that we have available space. That's my phone available space. Now the full HD is what is selected, because that's what we selected. And you could see now at this point, we could even change the resolution of our video after we are done working to 216p. That is like, I think that's like 2K videos, 4K videos. Then we have the 14400p. No videos for that for now, but we can change it. So we have the full HD. All these are 2K and 4K video resolutions. Okay, but now that it was sticking by that. Now you can see the next thing is the codec. We have the H264 AVC, H265 HEVC. We'll talk about these things later. But the codec means MP4 videos that is compressed but still retains their good quality. This HEVC is a new pattern that came out, but the codec is not that widely used. That is why. But this H264 is widely used and acceptable everywhere. So ensure these settings are going to be default on your phone, on the app. So you don't need to tweak anything here. The only thing you need to tweak is when you want to render, ensure that this thing is on high. Because at now, you can see this green, this quality. Ensure you drag it to the point where it's on high, not low. The quality should be high, you get it? But that's after we've finished our videos. But I just want to show you this interface for you to understand what this interface is all about. Let's go back. And we have upload to cloud. We're not using that. Project package, we'll talk about that later. Now, for instance, you want to render something as a PNG, transparent background, image sequence, GIF. All these are options we'll talk about later. But for now, we're focusing on, I'm just showing you what this whole place is all about. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Now, coming down to the bottom of your, now I'll refer to this open space that has checks inside as your canvas, as your working canvas. Okay, now the reason why you're seeing this check is because we use the transparent background as our working canvas space. So now we can fill this thing with any color we want and remove any color we want to remove, because it is empty. It's just transparent, and it's the best way to start your project. Okay, now underneath it you have this undo button and redo button. These two buttons are very important. Maybe you're working, you make a mistake and you want to correct your mistake, you could use that. This redo button, undo and redo. Then these buttons are this backspace, this arrows with a line is like, okay, you can see that we have a timer here. You play your time. It won't play because there's nothing there now. We don't have anything. But if you want to go back, you want to go forward, then one very crucial button we'll be using from time to time is this plus with rectangles, two rectangles on top of it. If I tap on it now, you see we have select layers, we have duplicate layers. We will be duplicating lots of layers in this project, in this design. Okay, save presets, we'll talk about that later. Copy layers, we'll be copying layers, like seriously. Then paste layers, paste style, those are things we paste, how to copy and paste. Whatever you copy, you paste it, you get it. Now duplicate layer means that you're duplicating the layer inside this place. When you copy a layer, it means you want to take the layer, either paste it here or paste it in another project you're working on. So the way the system works is you could copy things from a particular point and take it to another point for use. So that is very interesting. So note that we'll be using that a lot. Then this other one, and when we start using cameras and grids, we'll begin to use that. But if I tap on this grid now, you can see that is showing me grids on the phone. That means grid lines, but for now you won't see them because nothing is on your background. You get it? So we don't need that for now. Take it off. Okay, so that is all for that. Now the next thing we want to do is another very important button in this interface is this green button that has a plus inside at the bottom of your screen. This button is very important. This button is what we're going to use to bring in everything we want to add to our working environment, our canvas. So I'm going to tap on that button now. Tap on it. And on top of this button, you could see we have different stuffs there. We have shapes, we have media, we have audio, object elements, templates, freehand drawing, vector drawing, text, and cancel. The cancel cancels it out. Okay, let's go back there. Now, this shape is what, if I tap on shape, because shape is automatically selected, you see that this shape here, if I tap on any of those shapes, it comes out. The shape comes out because shape is selected. So that means that if I tap on that green button, whatever I tap comes to the screen. You see, I'm going to delete the shape. I'm going to tap on the shape. Now on top of your screen, on top of your canvas, you see that refuse button. Tap on it to delete the shape. I'm going to go back again. The next thing is media. Media here brings in everything that is on our phone. Now look at the face we just created. It's there. I want to bring in the face. I'm going to tap on this face. Tap on it. The face is there for me, right where I want it. So that is what brings in our face, brings in any image we want to bring in anything we want to bring in from our phone to this working interface. That is what we are doing. So I'm going to delete this. I'll bring it back later. Don't worry. Let's just delete it. Let's see. The next thing that is there is audio. Now this brings audio files into our system, into this point. But for now, we won't be bringing that audio file. The time we bring audio files, maybe when we've done our lip sync and we want to add a voiceover to the environment. That's when we use the audio file. Objects and elements, we'll talk about this later. But for now, our focus is basically on our media. So I'll tap on this. Now the face we want to work on is out for us. This particular getting started tutorial is on 2 points, it's on 2 parts. The first part, we're going to be using the cutting out parts pattern. When I mean cutting out parts pattern, we'll be cutting out elements from our face to separate them. That is the cutting out pattern. The next getting started that we'll be looking at is the drawing pattern, where we'll draw out every element that is on our face. We'll draw it out. So that pattern is different. That pattern is more like you're drawing out everything. This one is the pattern too, but this pattern is the cutting out pattern. So we're going to be cutting out elements from our face that we want to use. Now, if you can see this face, if I tap on the face now and come to move and transform icon that is down here at the bottom, now let me explain what's happening here. If I tap on this face, this is your layer. You have 2 parts underneath your screen. Let me explain this now. Sorry for that. Underneath your screen, you have 2 parts. You have where you have your layer as a long stuff, and where you have what is on your layer, what is on the screen. You see, you have the face on the screen, and you have one eye button there. If I want to hide what is on the screen, I tap on that eye. Once I cancel the eye, nothing shows on the screen. You see, so on the left part of your screen, you have what is on your screen that is shown as a small icon. On the right part of your screen, you have your layer. Then in between your screen, you have a space. This space is where you tap when you want to come back to this place. This space is where you tap when you want to zoom on anything. For instance, if I want to zoom on this face to make the face closer while I'm walking, if I tap on this empty space, then I use my 2 finger to drag. You see, the thing zooms close to the screen, so I could have a clearer way to work on whatever I want to work. I could zoom out, but ensure it's your 2 fingers you're using. Now I want to show you something. If I tap on the, notice that nothing is selected now. If I tap on the layer and I do that same thing, you see now what is happening there? I'm just increasing my layer, not the zoom. So don't ever do this. I'm going to undo. Now you see, because the layer was selected and I zoomed, there's a problem. I zoomed the image that is there, not the interface for it to come close to me that I could work with. If you do that, now there's going to be a problem, because this image is your reference image. When I mean reference, something reference means this is the image that shows you where your eye is, where your eyebrow is, where your nose is, where your mouth is, where your beard is, or wherever your face part is. This is the image that shows you that. So if you move this image, you'll be having problems placing the things you're cutting in the right spot. So it's always smart not to move this image. And the way you avoid moving it is ensure that if you want to zoom in or zoom out, make sure that it is not selected. It's selected now. If I tap in between the layer and the icon button, in between that space is unselected now. So if I drag, I am zooming. I'm not zooming. I'm zooming everything. I'm zooming I'm zooming not the image, but the interface to get close to me. If I go back, if I zoom out again, okay, there's a mistake there. If I zoom out again, okay, I think I made a mistake there. Okay, if I zoom out again, now you see, so it's a zoom out. Now that thing you could do is, if you zoom and this icon comes out, you can just tap on it. Okay, so I want to zoom out again. I've zoomed out. I'm zooming in now. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so zoom out and zoom in, zoom out and zoom in. So that is how you work. That is how you zoom out and zoom in, and then that is how this thing works. You get it? So now the next thing we want to do is always ensure your layers are named according to what is on screen. For instance, if I tap on the layer, you see on top of the screen you have pickcards. That is the date which we created this. So what I want to do, you tap inside that place, then you use that cancel button in a circle. Tap on it. I'm going to name this thing face and use my enter on my keyboard. Now it has changed this layer to face. So you know that it now makes sense that calling it picker, because a time will come where you will have a lot of layers on your working space, and if you don't name them, you'll be wondering which and which is what, or what is which and which is what. Don't do that. Don't get confused. There's going to be a problem with that. Okay, so don't get confused with that. So it's important you always name your layers the name you want to give them, and don't name it one. Don't just name it layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Give them names that are actually meaningful, that when you see, you could actually know that this is what I named this thing with. Okay, names that make sense, not just vague names like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. What is layer 3? It could be anything. You get it? So always avoid that. Now the first part, the activity we want to achieve here is cutting out our eye, our nose, our lips, and a beard if you have a beard. Okay, some people might not have a beard, so if you don't have a beard, don't do that. So we're going to be cutting out our eye, the eye. We're going to be cutting out the eyebrow. We're cutting out our nose, cutting out our mouth, and the beard. Now the beard won't be cutting it out, but we'll draw it out because we need it to be moved realistically. So we'll draw it out. Okay, the eyebrow, we'll draw it out, we won't cut it. The parts we're cutting, the hair, we'll draw it out, we won't cut it. The face background, we'll draw it out, we won't cut it. The parts we're cutting now is our eye and our nose and our mouth. We'll cut them out. The reason why we're cutting it out, we want to be able to have a face animated, like we're looking. Now I know the face is just one point, looking front. We want to be able to make the face to look front, left side, and right side. That is the essence of we cutting out this point. Okay, so we're cutting out our face, we're cutting out the point. So once we cut it out, we'll be able to adjust the face to whichever way we want it to be. That is what we want to do now. So let's go and see how we could get that done. The first thing we need to do is ensure you don't select anything, then zoom your eye close, because we want to start with the eye. I'm going to zoom it close and close and close so I could see the eye very, very well. Okay, now I want to start cutting. The way you cut is once you've zoomed it, tap on your face button, then duplicate this face button, duplicate it, tap on your face layer, duplicate your face layer, tap on that plus icon with the 3 square, then say duplicate layer. The layer is duplicated, and now say face copy. Don't rename for now, we'll rename that later. Now once that is done, you go to the plus button. Now come to, you have once you tap on the plus, you have icons on top, icons by the side. What we have on this side, we have the shape, media, audio, objects, template, and the next thing is freehand drawing. Then under freehand drawing, you have vector drawing. I want to use the vector drawing to draw out, get out an eye. So you tap on the vector drawing. Once you tap on a new tool, you could see that the interface has changed. This interface, let me explain what is here. This pad, you can see swipe here to position next point, then tap here to place it. You see, so this is where you move. You can see, if you look at the screen now, you have this plus with 4 lines. Now I'm touching my screen, I'm touching that pad, that's why it's moving. Anywhere I move it to, it's going to move there. You see, It's moving wherever I move it to. That's where it's going to. That is one. So this pad here helps you control this icon, this thing that is going to help you draw lines. Okay. Now on the left side of your screen, you have from the top, you have this arrow that points back. That arrow will take you out of this place. The next thing is you have this circle with a small dot arrow there. You tap on it. If you tap on it, it shows you contour. Contour means that thing that is on the screen is called contour 1. That is what we want to work on. Okay, we'll get to that later, don't worry. Then underneath here is your plus button. Anywhere you want to start, you tap on the, once you tap on the plus button, you see a dot comes out there. I'll move out. Once I move now, you see now it's a line comes out. I'll tap on the plus button again and I'll be going. You see, tap on the plus. Now, because this thing has an automatic way of filling color to this, when we're using the vector tool, we don't need the color to be filled, so we could actually see exactly what we are cutting out. So the way we could take up the color for the meantime is by using this arrow button that goes back. The arrow button that goes back, that is above that circle with 4 dots. Okay, tap on it. In this point, you have color and fill. On top of this point, you have color and fill. You have border and shading, blending and opacity. So let me explain what's there. We have 3 layers of tools there. The first layer, you see a time. That time is what you use. We'll talk about that. Then the next thing, you see lines that are separated with a stroke inside. We'll talk about that later. But now what we want to work on is this color, the color and fill. We want to remove that color and fill. So you tap on the color and fill. Now, when you get to this point, you discover that there's this 0 with a line inside. Tap on it. It cancelled the fill. You can see now that there's nothing, no color there. So use this back arrow and go back. Not the undo arrow, but this arrow that is still in the same line with where you just came to. This arrow that is facing back. The up one is undo. Don't touch that. That's a problem. So touch this one that is down here. Now come back to the last tools on this point. You see edit points, because we know we're adding points before we left that place. You have to go back to edit points. So tap on edit points. Now on the right side of your tool or of your screen, you see something, all this other thing you've been using. On the left part now of your screen below, you see something else is there. You have a green dot. That is where your point started from. But now we want to go back to where we ended. That's that ending point. So you have to tap. You can see that there's a line that is a bit faint with a plus there. Tap on the plus. It will show that, no, that's not what I want. You tap on the next plus again. You see now, you've gone back to where you started from the screen. You see. So with that, now you can now continue drawing what you just drew. What you're cutting. Tap on the plus. Okay. Now, the plus you tap on is the plus that is on this other side of your screen. The plus that is on the not the plus that is on a 0, a circle and a plus, the one you're using to add that dots, not the plus on the left part of your screen, not the plus on the right side of your screen, but the plus on the left part of your screen. This one with a circle and a plus. Okay, so you tap on it. We want to cut out the eye. Now, if you're cutting out the eye, ensure you cut the eye with all the shades around it. Don't just focus on the eyeball area. Okay, then I'm going to come here. I'm going to tap on the plus again. Now, once I've done that, the next thing you need to do is this. Once you've done that, I want to show you something. The way you close lines. Tap on this circle with 4 dots. Tap on it. Then now you see that something came out underneath that circle with 4 dots, you have circle with 4 dots with the opening. Now to close this thing, just tap on that circle with 4 dots with the opening. It has closed this stuff you just drew. So that is how you close it automatically. You get it? That's how you close it. Now tap on your where they put swipe to add a point. Tap there again. Now your points are complete. If you want to start adjusting to just move to get some space around the eye, you can now tap on any of those dots on your screen, then move your pad. You can see now I could tap and move. So anywhere I want it to be, I could tap and move. Okay, you can see. Tap and move, tap and move. You could see. It's tapping and it's moving to anywhere I want it to be. You could see. So you could adjust after you've done what you've done. Okay, you could adjust after you've done your tapping and moving. Okay. Once that is done, now we want to cut out this eye from the face. How do we do that? You use this arrow that is facing back. You tap on the arrow that is facing back. Once that is done, now you go to color and fill. Tap on this paint bucket tool, this bucket that has like a paint. Tap on it. It fills it with a color, but let's fill it with white. Ensure it's white. Okay. Now use your back arrow and go back. Okay. Now once that is done, we want to cut out this eye, and we want to use a mask to get it out. So the mask is always under the blending and opacity option. You know, you have the color fill, border and shading, blending and opacity. That's where the mask is. So you tap on the blending opacity option, then you scroll down to where you have mask. Tap on the mask, and you have two options. You have the mask, you have the exclude. You tap on the mask option, tap on it. Now you can see that the mask means every other thing that is outside what I just drew should disappear, should go away. I'm masking it. Mask means you're covering. This other one, exclude, means every other thing that is outside what I just drew should be showing, but the way I drew should be empty. That's me excluding. But what we're doing, we want to mask, so we mask. Okay. Once that mask is done, you can now tap on the space in between to go back to your, tap on the arrow key to go back, then tap on the space in between your layer and that eyedropper, that eye icon in between there. Now you can see that we are back to where we've been working. The question is, I can't see my face again. All the faces are gone. The best way we could bring back our face is to want to group. That's where that shape 1 is that thing we drew. The eye face is the face copy is the duplicate of the face we got. Now the reason why we can't find our face showing is because when you mask a thing, every other thing that is under the mask is hidden because of the mask that is on top of it. So the best way we could stop this from happening is for us to group the shape 1, which is our eye, and the face layer, which we just cropped. So how you do that is come to the left part of your screen, press and hold down. You see, press and hold down that first eye icon. Press and hold it down. It will change to green. Once it changes to green, you can now tap on what you want to group with that first one. Just tap it. So you see that we have two things that are on green now. Please don't tap on the third one, because if you tap on the third one, that means you want to group everything. The third one is our reference layer, our face reference. So we always want that on our working environment. You get it? If you don't have that, there's nothing you're working on again. So ensure that you don't add that third one to it. Just the first and the second layer. Then you could see that we have a green layer on top of our screen now. The first one is what you tap to group. Now you have the first, second, third before the refuse can. So the first means after you see selected layers, that's the first thing, the first square. Okay, after you've tapped selected layers, then you see the four square. You see, after you've tapped selected layers, you see that first rectangle with things inside. That's the first one. So you tap on it. You see now, the moment you tapped on it, our face layer comes out again. So that is good. That is fine. We have our face layer perfectly perfected. So we have our face layer back. So the next thing we want to do is let's rename this group to, because group one can be any group. Like I said before, ensure you name your layers properly. So at any point in time, you ensure, at any point in time, you know that you know what you're working with at any point in time. You get it? So ensure you name your layers properly. Properly name them. So in this case, we're going to tap in that point, cancel what is inside there, and we're going to name this eye. Enter. Now we have our eye perfectly taken out. The next thing we want to cut out is our nose. Our nose. We want to cut out our nose. Is that okay? So I'm going to tap on my face layer. Like I said, we'll be using this duplicate layer function very, very well. So tap on the plus icon, tap on duplicate layer. Now we're going to carry, let's work on and our face layer is duplicated now. So the next thing we want to do is this. Ensure you zoom your nose to where you could see it perfectly. You get it? Ensure you get it perfectly zoomed out. Okay? You zoom it to where you could see it perfectly. That is how we should get a nose out to where we could see it perfectly. Now, you tap, once you've gotten the nose layer, you tap on it. That's the face copy. Tap on it, hold it down, then move it up above the eye. How did I move that? And you see there's this on your layer, there's this 3 lines at the edge. If you want to move it anywhere, just press and hold down. Then once you see this once it's alighted, you can now start moving, dragging down, dragging up. So that is how you move it. So now that we have our nose layer perfectly defined for us, the next thing we want to do is this. Tap on this green icon button. Once you've tapped on it, once you've tapped on that green icon button, the next thing you do is tap on vector drawing. So we're repeating the same thing, but now on different parts of our face. You get what is happening? We're repeating the same thing, but in a different parts of our face. That is what we are doing now. Same thing, but in a different part of our face. So with that, you could see that our face will begin to get in shape. You see, the same thing but different part of our face. So let's go and get our nose ready. So we want to start cutting out our nose. Now, like I said, this particular point of our training is the cutting out of parts point. So accuracy when it comes to cutting is not like 100% expected. But when we get to the drawing part, that is when we need to ensure that we draw according to what we're seeing on screen. You get? Okay, so that will help us. But for now, we just want to tap, get the points tapped out. Tap again, tap. Now, once I tap the third one, you see that now something is happening. The nose color is coming out. If I tap the fourth one, just tap the fourth one out. Let me tap the fourth one out. I think I would love to have that shade. That shade that is close to the eye. I want to have that shade as part of what we're going to use as a nose. I'm coming now. I will get that out. Okay. Then I'm going to go up there. Tap on that. Now, you're wondering, why is that color showing? Let's go and remove the color now. So, like I said, once you move the color, you use this your arrow, not the undo button, but the button that is after that, your eye icon, the button, that back arrow button that is there. Tap on it. Then now go to color and fill. And after color and fill, tap on this circle with a minus inside. Okay, now use your back arrow again, not undo, your back arrow that is under your eye button. Tap on it. Now once you've done that, the next thing you're doing is come to edit points. Edit points. Tap on edit points. Then once you've tapped on edit points, you now come, now you have the left part of your screen. Don't go there. The right part of your screen, you see you have a dot. Now if you look at the screen, you have a green dot. That green dot is what you're seeing there. Now you have a plus on top of it. Tap on that plus. It has added back how to start adding those points, but that's not what we want. That's not where we want to start from. We want to start from where we stopped at the top. So tap on the second dot. It's the second plus. Now you see, now you're back to that point. So you can now start cutting out your nose again. I'm gonna tap here, tap here. I say I want to add some of those shadings that we have close to the eye. You get it? So but this time, okay, let me just I don't want to let me not, okay, I can adjust after I've finished. Okay, let's go. Let's add a plus, another plus. We're adding those points now to our nose. Adding those points to our nose, and points, other points. The next one, we add this other point, Now the beauty about adding this point is that after you finish adding them, you can still adjust them to suit rearrange them the way you want to. So now we want to close that point. Tap on the circle with that dot, so it is closed now. Once that is done, I think I want to still adjust some part of this. So the way you do that, just tap on the side on your screen where the dot is. Tap on it. Then once you tap on the dot, it will start readjusting. Then you can start readjusting whatever you want to readjust. You can tap, readjust, tap, readjust, tap, readjust, tap, readjust, tap, readjust. So you can see now that although I wanted those points, but now I'm readjusting to suit what I want. Okay, I'm readjusting to suit what I want. So we've gotten our nose to where we want it to be. The next thing we want to do is this. Okay, I think my advert is just ready to go. So the next thing we want to do is this. Since we've readjusted, we are readjusting to suit what we're looking for. The adjustments are perfect and we've gotten what we want. We go back and we now go to color and fill. On color and fill, we'll tap a paint bucket and we're going to put the plus, we're going to fill it with white. Okay, fill it with white, then go back. Now we're going to go to blending and opacity. Blending and opacity, we're going to tap blending and opacity. Then we scroll down to mask, just what we did before. Then you tap on mask. You see now we've masked the nose. Then once we've done that, we're going to go out here and we'll ensure I did something. I think I moved this shape out of the line the last time I moved it. So once we're here now, we will now basically group our face, and we're going to group the nose together. We're going to group our nose now with the shape 1. So the way I told you before, how do you group that? You tap on the eye icon, then you tap on the image that is the layer that is underneath it, then you tap on that square on top of your screen. The nose is perfectly done. That is awesome. We've got our nose perfectly done, and the nose is perfectly arranged. Let's rename it now to nose. Tap on this, name it to nose. So we have a nose. So this is amazing. So we have a nose, and this is amazing. You get it? We have a nose, and it is amazing. The nose has been perfectly done. So with this, if I zoom out, now we have, if I take out the face, so what we have there, we have the eye and the nose. Now let's move the nose under the eye. Okay, so you tap on this, your layer, and on the nose should be under the eye. Okay, so the eye is on top of the nose. That's a good one. Now the next thing we want to take out of this place is we want to take out our mouth. Take out the mouth. When I mean take out the mouth, I want to cut out the mouth. So how do we go about that? Same process. Duplicate your face layer. Okay, tap on the face layer. Once the face is tapped on, you go to that plus button that is over there. Tap on the plus button, then tap, when I mean plus button, you know that is the plus with that 2 rectangle on top of it. Tap on it, then duplicate layer. Now we have that layer duplicated as a mouth. Okay, and now we're going to move it to the top of the layer set. Tap, press, hold down, then drag it up. So it's now on top of our layer set. You see, on top of our layer set. The next thing we're going to do is this. Because it's not the layer set, the next thing we're going to do is tap on our plus button that is down here. Okay, we've moved it. Let's zoom our mouth close so we could see better. It's always good to ensure that whatever part you want to work on, you make sure it's closer to you. It's closer to your screen, so you could trace it out perfectly without any issues, any issues going on, or maybe something you're not seeing it very well. So it's always good to do that. So once you zoom close to that, the next thing is to tap your big icon button, then tap on vector drawing. Tap on the vector drawing, then we go back and we start cutting out our mouth. Same, tap on the plus button, 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 tap on the plus button. Now you can see that we're having that same color fill issue. But for the mouth, I think we know where the mouth is, so we may not go back there and start taking out the color because we could see the mouth. So there's an exception to this rule. So we could just now I'm just taking out the mouth because I don't want to add those lines that's underneath the mouth. You get it? So at least this one you could see where the mouth is. So that color fill issue now, it shouldn't be a problem. Just that. Okay, there. Then I want to close it now. Tap on this. Tap on the circle. The mouth is closed. Now once I've done that, I can now begin to readjust to the way I want. So you could see, you could start, then readjust the point you want to readjust to fit the way you want it to be. So we've gotten that. Let's change the color to white. Color and fill. Tap on white. Then we go to blending and opacity. Tap on it. Then you mask. The mouth has been masked. Then you tap in there, go back to your surface. Why is this thing always going? Oh, I know why I caused it. The player is always on true. It's not on 0. That is why. So you see what is what. So wherever your player head is and you put anything, that's where the thing starts from. So I'm going to tap on this and let me move this thing back to 0. Okay, so it's now there. The player was on true. So the thing is, okay, if I play this, if I move this thing now, you see the number is counting. Wherever that player head is, if I add anything, that's where it's going to start from. So that's why. Okay. So now I want to group the mouth and the face copy. So I'm going to tap on and press and hold down the first shape, then the second layer, then go up there and you group it. Now the mouth is grouped. If I blind it, so we have the mouth, the eye. Okay. So you can see that now we are beginning to cut our parts. Okay, let's change the name of that to mouth. Mouth. So we have a mouth, we have an eye, we have a nose. The next thing we're going to do, which is going to be the last for this class, for this lesson, is for us that has beard. I want to draw out the beard. Oh, aside the beard, we have two things to. We've not gotten an eyebrow, so we're going to take out the eyebrow and the beard. Then we're good for today's lesson. Okay. So we're going to take out the eyebrow and the beard, then we're good to go. Okay, so for now you can see that the eyebrow and the beard. Let's start with the beard first. So like I said we are not cutting out the beard, we are drawing out the beard because we want to be able to adjust the beard to the way we want to. And earlier, you remember I told you something. I said we'll be having two parts in this getting started. A part where we cut out facial parts, we cut out the facial parts, and a class where we draw out the facial parts. There are two different classes. So this one is a cutting out part for those non-artists that they can't draw, they just want to cut out things. Okay, then even if you can't draw, it's always smart to know how to do the both, because it's not every character you can see and you can just snap and start creating your character. There's some characters that you need to just get a reference and get them out. Okay, so for now we will be taking out, let's take out the beard first before we now go to the eyelash. Then that will be the last thing for today. So okay, so tap. I want to get out this beard. So like I always said, I want it to be closer to me, closer enough to me so I could see it. Now I want to start getting out the beard. So since we are not cutting out the beard, we are drawing it out. We won't be duplicating the face reference. We'll just draw on top of the beard. So we tap on this icon, draw vector drawing tool, then I'm going to start. Now, for you to be able to get your beard in a way that it doesn't cover your mouth, you won't get this. Let me just show you instead of talking. I'm going to start from there, tap here, come down here, tap here. Now I'm going to be going to the left point, tap. Now for this beard, we need to take away the color because we need to see what we're actually doing with the beard. You get it? So in that case, you know how we could do taking off the color. Can you try that, taking off the color yourself? Because I know I've done it like twice, so try doing it yourself now. So I'm going to take the back arrow, color and fill, use that circle with the minus inside, tap on it, then use this back arrow back again, go to edit points. Now on the right side of your screen, tap on that faint plus button that is up there, tap on it again, tap on the other one that is on top of it. Now you're back to where you started from, where you ended. Okay, so you now use your arrow, use your plus and a circle to add, plus on the button to begin to add those stuff. You add it. Now for the beard, you're free to add some space to your beard if you have any. If you don't have any, better. That's a plus. So your work can be fine. But it's always good to know how to create a character with a beard and a character without a beard. And you get to see that. So You tap, then you go up again. Now you see what is happening. I am not closing, I'm going back. You see now, I'm going back. I've gotten to that point where I started from, but I need to do it from the outside. So the beard won't cover the mouth when we fill it with color. So you see what I'm doing. I'm giving it some space. I think I'm gonna make tap, 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 tap it. So now we're getting our beards out. We're tapping. You know what I'm tapping? The plus button. You can also tap from the pad, inside the pad, but I prefer using the plus. You can tap, I prefer using the plus. Now you could see, when we get to this point, you see what's happening. So our beard is around the mouth, not just drawing a big beard around the face, but you have to go from inside out, then outside in. I'm closing it up now. The beard is closed. So let's go fill our beard. No, before we fill our beard, let's just do some small adjustments for the beard. Okay, this point was too far off compared to this other side. Bring this one in a bit, yeah. So I think my beard, I like the way the beard is looking. So let's go and fill its color. Tap on color and fill. Go to the paint bucket and give it a black beard, a black beard. Okay. So now let's zoom out and see how the beard looks. So we have our beard now. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, let's name our beard to beard. Rename it to beard. So it's not just shaped one. So we name it to beard. And we enter. So our beard is now named beard. So you see what's happening. We got our beard up. Okay. So this is cool. The next thing we will do is we're going to draw out the eyebrow, one of the eyebrows. We draw it out. Then after the eyebrow, we will now get out our hair, then get out the face. Then we are good for today's lesson. We're good for this getting started, the first part. So the next thing we'll do, let's just get an eyebrow. Like I said, for the eyebrow, we're not cutting it out. We'll be drawing the eyebrow, so we're not cutting it out. So any part you're not cutting out, you could trace it out. Once you're not cutting out the part, you're tracing it out. You get that? So you're drawing it out, not cutting. So we want to draw the eyebrow. Tap on this plus button. Tap on your vector. Then we go. Tap here. 1, 2. You see the reason why I'm putting this point now is because I'll show you a function that you could use to get things curved automatically. Okay, so I'm going to let me tap on there, then add one more in here, then I'm going to close it. I've closed it. Now the reason why I didn't okay, before we perfect the closing, let's do something. Let's take out the color so we could see the reference. The brow there, the brow is the reference. Always ensure that you look at the reference, even if you want to adjust above the reference or just more than the reference, and always ensure you look at the reference first. So the next thing is tap on the edit points, tap there. Okay, sorry, not edit points. We want to remove the color inside first. Color and fill. Then the next thing, we cancel the color and fill. Go back and edit points. Now, if you tap on any point on the left part of your screen where you have, now you can see that your plus has turned to minus on the left part. Then on top of that, your minus button, you see you have a curving line with 3 dots on top. Whenever you want to curve any line, anything, ensure you tap on it on the screen or tap on it on the right part of your screen. Tap on it. Once it's green, you tap on that. You see it now curves it. So you could now hold that. Sorry. The reason why that was moving because I didn't tap on where I want to move. I tap on the green and I move it. You see now. So after you curve it, ensure you tap on the green before you start moving. I'm going to tap on this other green there. I'm going to bring it down. Okay. I'll tap on this one. I'm going to curve it now. You see, tap on the green, move it out, take it up. Then I'm going to tap on this other edge. I'm going to curve it again. It's curved. But I want to tap on that green and move it a bit out. Tap on that curved point and move it. So as you can see, our eyebrow is coming out perfectly well. Like I said, you have to adjust to fit what you're doing. Now, if you could see the eyebrow, you can see that if I tap on this point, okay, let's go back to the eyebrow edit point. You can see that there's a curve that is in between, from this point to this point, there's a curve in between there. But now I want to add, the way I would get that is to add another dot there. The way you add a dot to something you already completed is, look at the right side of your pad. You see now there's a line. If I begin to move this thing, you see that there's a green line on. Look at the screen. Just look at the screen. There's a green line coming out. You see where the green line is now, the green dot. I am moving this other part of the screen where you have this line where you could put a plus to go back to where you started from, that stuff. So at this point now, you could now tap on the plus button. You see now, we've added a plus there. Let me go to edit point. We added that plus. So I could now move this point to wherever I want to. You see now, it adjusted it to the way I want it to be adjusted. So now let's fill that with black and see how it looks. So I don't like the way that curve is. That curve is too dramatic. So let's go back and to the points. And I think now I want to zoom close a bit so I could handle that perfectly. Points, tap on that point, then bring it out a bit. Okay. Move this. I'm going to move that one a bit. Okay. Then I want to take this one down a bit. Now I will curve. Is that thing is that, I think I'll curve it before. Let me curve it again. Okay, it's curved. Yeah. So let me tap on this and just. Okay, I think I'm good with that now. We'll leave it like that for now. Let me bring this one down a bit. Just be careful how you drag it because something is very, very flexible. Sometimes it could be flexible and just move on its own. So I think I'm done with that. I'm cool. Now you can see this edge. That edge is just to this point. I think I'm going to take out that or curve it. Then no. Tap on the spot, then move it in. That was too curvy. Okay. Let's see how it looks. Still too curvy. Let's do something. Let's remove this dot, this point, and see what happens. For minus, and I think it's better off that way. So I'm going to just tap on this and bring it up a bit, tap on this, move it out a bit. Okay, I think I'm good with this for now. We'll still adjust if we want to. So, eyebrow ready. Let's go. The next thing we're doing is we're getting our face out. But before we do the face, let's just call it let's call it a day. No, okay, let's just do the face. Let's do the face. Let's work on the let's work on our face background and our hair. That we can now know that we're done with this beginning getting started tutorial. I think that will be okay. So let's just name this stuff. Let's name it our eye. Let's name it eye. Then sorry, eyebrow. Eyebrow. My man. What's up with me? Eyebrow. Name it eyebrow. Then we're good. So the next stuff we're doing is we will zoom close. Then let's work on our face and our face background. Okay. Zoom. Now ensure if you're drawing your face background, ensure the face background gets into the hair. So you see what I mean? Now we're drawing, we're not cutting out. So because we're drawing and not cutting out, we are just going to we're not duplicating the face layer because we're drawing and not cutting out. We're not duplicating the face layer. You get what is there. So let's plus vector drawing. Let's start drawing our face layer. So we'll start from this point. We'll start from here, tap the plus button. Now, like I said, once you start drawing and you have the opportunity to readjust to your taste, you get it. So don't worry if it looks somehow or it's not looking the way you want it to look. You get used to using these tools, you get it. You're just starting from the beginning. You're just starting. Now, like I said, you see that I'm going into the hair because the hair will be on top of the face. So that will be okay. I'm going into the hair. And now I'm trying not to go and remove the color. But I think the way it's going, it might force me to go and remove the color. Let's see if we can make it to a point where we don't have to remove the color and just okay. I think we have to remove the color because there's something we need to do. So let's go back, color and fill, cancel color. We go back again. We come to edit points. Then we come to the right point of our screen and tap on that small plus and the next plus till it gets to where we ended. Then we can now come down here, tap on the plus, tap on the plus, tap on the plus, tap on the plus. So we're getting out our face background the way we want it to. And because you know the beard will be on top of the face, so just ensure but if you don't have a beard, ensure you get your jawline perfectly well. You hear what I'm saying? Ensure your jawline is perfectly placed perfectly well. Because here now the beard is covering the face, so whatever happens in between behind the beard is not a problem. But ensure your jawline, if you don't have a beard, I just closed it now. Ensure your jawline is perfectly clear. You get it? So we have a face layer now. Now for us to get, we already have a tone for our face. Our skin tone is already showing on our face. You get what is happening here? So now for us to get our skin tone from our face, for us to get our skin tone from our face, we want to pick a color from our face, so we could use the color to fill in this our face background. So what we do now is this: you go back, You come to color and fill, you come to paint bucket, cancel it, paint bucket. Now there's a problem. Okay, the problem is this. For the fact that the image is selected, we cannot, so don't pick any, just deselect the shape. Go to your plus button, come to okay. Now we'll now go out, come to color and fill, pick the paint bucket tool. No, there's this particular color. There's this pencil-like thing there. Tap on the pencil-like stuff. Now, when you tap on it, you see that there's a plus with a 0 and a plus. Just drag it to the point of your face that has your face tone. Now, if you look at this, if you come down, you see the color fill there. You have a color because you move that circle to a point of your face. On your color bar, you see there's a plus inside the color. Tap on that plus. It has added your skin tone to your color palette. You see what's happening? Your skin tone is now on the color palette, but the process is this. This is the process. The process is that you need to add a shape. Let me delete that shape. I'll show you what I mean. I wanted to fill my face with a background. And when I tap on the face and I go to color and fill and I tap on the paint bucket, you see, it just fills it with any color that is there, a default color that is there. I don't want that. I want to pick my face color to fill my face. So what I did was, I go back. No, okay, you go to color and fill, you cancel that fill that is there so you could see your face background. Then come to your plus button. Don't worry, just tap on your plus button. Then tap on vector and vector drawing. Then use your back arrow button. Go to your color and fill. At this point, you see there's no color selected. So tap on this pencil-like button. Tap on it. It's going to bring out a circle and a plus. Just click on your screen and move that into any color you want to pick. But now I want to pick our face tone. Once we leave it there, you see now, if we come down here, you see that there's a color, that color is now picked, and there's a plus there. If you tap on that plus, it's going to add that color to your palette so you could use it later. That's what we just did. So the process is very simple. You get it? Very, very simple process. So now let's go and fill the color we just picked now to our face. So we'll just go back to our layers. We don't need this shape too because it's not important. I use it for illustration purposes. Now shape 1. Tap on that shape 1, which is our face. We're going to name it later. We will name it later. Then come to color and fill, paint bucket. It's going to fill it with that default color, but don't just scroll down. Then tap on that one. So you see, that's the color we're looking for, and we've gotten the color. So let's go back to our layer. Change the name of that shape 1 to face background, which is, I always do face BK, shortcut, face BK, but you could do face background. Now, I always use this camel casing where you have, so it's readable instead of everything lowercase. If you don't want the space, just use it like this, face background. You could do the first F to the small letter and all the rest of them, but I always maybe you want to use the small f like face background. This is camel casing. They could also do this particular one, face background. Anyone is good for you. You could use that. There's something this thing is called. Is it there's a particular this Pascal casing or something, but I think I've forgotten it. That's programming though, but not here. So with the face background now, you can see that our face background is covering everything. So we're going to move it. We'll move the face background down to the nose, where to be before the face. Tap on the face background, then drag it down. Voila! So you see what is happening. We have all the parts we've cut out. If at this point you're seeing 2 eyes, that means something is wrong. If at this point you're seeing two eyebrows, something is wrong. If at this point you're seeing your mouth, you can't find your mouth, something is wrong. It's not that something is wrong, just that you've moved those things to the layer that is not, you move this, you've not moved this, you've not arranged it perfectly. So ensure that the face background is before the face, on top of the face layer, then every other part of your face is on top of the face background. So that is perfect. Now, since we've gotten that, you can see that the face background is kind of without an outline. Let's add it, because outline gives it that perfect feel. So let's go and put an outline on our face background. So you go to tap on your face background, you go to border and shadows. Now on your stroke, ensure you enable that. You see, it's a circle that is white on top of your stroke. Just tap it to be green. Then now you could now begin to move this thing. You see, as I'm moving it to the left, the border is coming out of my face background. It's getting darker. If I move it to the right, it gets thinner. But let's make it a bit bolder. See, so it now pops out your face. Now this will now make you see that even the jawline are not even. You see that this jawline is down, the other one is upward. So with this kind of arrangement, you can see that the outline is even helping you see what you need to adjust when it comes to your face background. You see what's happening. So that is good. Now the next thing we want to do, let's get our hair, and we'll now call this class a day. But before you get your hair, like I said, the face layer is a reference to everything you're doing here. So let's get our hair. So in that case, you're going to hide our face background by tapping on the eye icon and closing it. Tap it so we can see our face. I want to zoom close to the hair so I could actually see where the hair is. You get it? Okay. Now I want to get my hair. Now I want to carve this hair the way I want to carve it, not the way this reference is giving me. You are the artist. You can do what you want to do with your face, your hair. I want to carve it out. So I'm going to tap on this. I'm going to move down, but ensure you start from where the hair starts before you start doing your carving. I'm going to tap here. I'm going to tap. I'm going to tap there. I'm going to do a bit of a carving. Tap there. Go up a bit. Tap there. Then go this way. Tap there. Come down here. Ensure you're looking at where those other dots were when you're carving. Tap here. Then go down here. Don't worry, we'll adjust once we've gotten what you're looking for. Tap, tap, tap. Plus, and there's no need to remove that what's it called? To remove the color, because we will still adjust the hair once we're done, and we could see what we're doing, unlike when we wanted to take out the eye and all the rest of them. You understand? Okay, tap. Then I'm going to close it up. I'm going to close it up, close it up, close it up, close it up, close it up. I want to close it up. We'll tap here. Then we're closed. So we've closed the face background. You can see that now it's looking very, very untidy. So we've closed the hair, not the face. Let's go and fill its color, then do some adjustment to that. I'm going to fill it black. And let's adjust the hair the way we want it to be adjusted. Okay. So let's go back and edit points. At this point, I'll just tap there, bring it down a bit. Tap here, bring it down a bit. Tap here, bring it down a bit. Tap here, move it out. Tap here, move it. Tap here, move it. Like I said, I wanted to give it a curve, but you could do adjust the way you want to. Then same thing for this other side. Bring this one down a bit. Tap here, adjust. So you can see the hair is kind of coming out, But let's zoom out and see what we have now with the hair. Okay, now all those sharp edges, I'll just curve them out, or just add another shape. And I don't want the hair to be looking too curvy, but this is cool. I like what I'm seeing. But you can see this part is a bit curvy. This one is just okay. So now you can see that we have our hair and everything right where we want it. So we've gotten the face, the hair, and everything right where we want it. Now let's rename this thing to, let's rename the shape, this one to our hair. So hair, and we enter. Now let's blind our face reference and turn on our face background. So you can see what's happening here. We've gotten a character where we want it, how we want it. Okay, so this is where we stop for today. The next time, what we're going to do when we start, we'll adjust the part we want to adjust. Then we're going to create a face, different views of the face, the looking front looking face, side looking face, left and right looking face, all the rest of them. But the next class will be where we begin. We touch these things we've created so far. Then we now move forward. Thanks for being part of this class, and sure you tell people about it, and sure you like the video, you like and share, and you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you could actually know what is going on. Love you. See you in the next class. Bye bye. Now, if you have any questions, don't fail to ask and drop your comments on the questions. Okay, thank you so much. See you later. Bye.